All right, what's up, everybody? This is episode 16 of the fAnaticZ podcast. I'm Damien.
Frank.
Dylan.
So we got to start off with the Phoenix Suns, man. The Phoenix Suns have been brutal lately. We've been losing a lot of games. KD is out. I personally believe that we'll get better when KD gets back. And we're just losing some tough games right now. What do you think, Dylan?
Like last season when we had our struggles, everybody kept saying that team revolves around the big three. I think it's the same thing this year, even with Coach Bud. So I agree there. When KD comes back and hopefully when Bill can get his body straight and healthy at ASAP, we can get things going again like we did before.
For sure. I heard they are both coming back within this next week. I think KD was going to try and play by latest Wednesday. So hopefully he does because you saw so many games, even late, KD was the guy that took over and stepped up more so when it needed to be done. And the record reflected that. And without that, without them there, the record is, awful.
Yeah,
And we were like nine
but
and one too, something crazy like that.
yeah, we were at a franchise best 8-1, and then I don't know. I feel like
Now
the
not
team's hungry.
We're now 9-7 after that 8-1 start.
Jeez, that's okay though. I think I kind of like us better like that, anyways. We had kept crushing teams and been locked in first place. I mean, it probably would be nice, but then inevitably it happens and we come crashing back down to earth. So I'm okay with it for now. We can. It's still early. They're still figuring it out, and Devin Booker is starting to look more Devin Bookery. So I'm not panicking too much.
And I mean in especially in the West, there's a lot of teams that have been winning games that last year they've had no business being in. So the West is a lot more open so far early on, and that's a little surprising to me. But what's really surprising to me is you have Philadelphia sitting at 2-12 in the East.
Yeah, they're a mess right now, Philly. I wonder if Embiid's
Yeah,
gonna get out anytime soon.
sheesh. And people were saying that we should trade for Embiid. Yikes.
Ooh, ooh. I
Oh,
am
you
not
don't want to
sold
know
there.
Oh,
who?
oh,
I wouldn't personally.
Yeah, me neither.
inside episode dig.
Yeah, inside episode dig, but I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna. I ain't gonna do Frankie like that. No, but
Uh,
on a serious note, though, I am noticing that a couple of our bench players and our people that are kind of new to the team are starting to have bigger roles and figure out their skill sets and stuff like that. So that's a plus while we're losing these games is people are kind of getting acclimated to the team and getting some minutes while KD's out. But and we're seeing some Ryan Dunn development, even if he's not going out there and killing each game. He's getting valuable NBA minutes. So hopefully later on in the season when we do have KD back, Ryan Dunn can still benefit from getting those minutes early on in the season.
100% Dame. And like you mentioned, everybody is benefiting with those extra minutes with KD and Beal being out. So we're going to find out later on, deeper we go into, especially in your postseason play, the guys that are going to be showing it's like, hey, I want to be involved when it matters. Put the ball in my hands.
We could make this team even better, even more. Before Katie and Beal got hurt, with all these guys getting extra minutes too. So
Do you guys think we make a move before the trade deadline?
I think at this point, if Matt Ishbia does it, it's kind of like not his character. You know what I mean? Like when we clearly need something else. Um, whether it be like a power forward or a center or something like that, we need something like that. You know. But
Right.
I also
hot
think that
take,
staying pat wouldn't be bad either. What'd you say, Dylan?
hot take. Answer to Frankie's question, I think Nurk would be the one to move. I feel like a lot of
Yeah,
fans are just kind of on him, and then also KD chirping in his ear. Like when KD has an issue with somebody, history shows they're gone. So I feel like we could upgrade at center with Plum, my opinion.
I was gonna say, and Plum's been eating a lot more of those minutes, and he's honestly made the most of those. He's putting in quality work.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt, no doubt. And even if they can, I don't know. We got to figure out something with Nurkic though, because he's not playing a lot of fourth quarter minutes and crunch time situations and stuff like that. They're taking him off the floor. It's like, ugh, we
Be-
can't have that in the starting lineup.
No, because I mean, teams see that and they'll feed on that if they know our post is our biggest weakness, and we can't count on our center when it matters most in the fourth quarter.
I wish we took the chance on Karl Anthony Towns. I didn't even know he was available when the Wolves traded him, and him and Booker boys anyways. I would have felt like that would have been a great starter with our big three.
Bro,
How? How would we have gotten him though? We with Kevin Durant, we kind of like not screwed ourselves, but made it to where we weren't going to be able to get anybody that big, you know?
the biggest thing that still haunts me to this day is the fact that we could have had Sabonis for Aiton and we didn't take it.
Yeah, bro. Painful.
Yeah, I was saying Sabonis the whole time. I'm like, if we're gonna get rid of him, it has to be for Sabonis, like,
And
because that's the
Sabonis
only
is
That would have
person.
been big for our
feasting
finals run too.
Yeah.
100%. He is feasting in Sacramento.
And Sacramento's been balling too still.
How
So
about De'Aaron Fox playing out of his mind?
Right? Wasn't he
mhm.
averaging like 46 points or something ridiculous?
Yeah, for like a 2 or 3 game stretch. Yeah,
That's nutty. Just not human. I didn't even know De'Aaron Fox could do that. I knew he was really good. I always thought he was good. I liked his game, but I didn't know he could
right.
do that. Sheesh.
Did y'all
And
see
DeMar
Boston
DeRozan.
clap Cleveland the other night?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Boston is Boston.
Oh yeah.
Boston
Once
is definitely Boston.
they're gonna be a threat for anybody as long as they have Tatum and Brown together.
Tatum and Brown law firm. So on the Suns front though, everybody was super in love with Mike Budenholzer and they were gassing him up, but now he's not looking too hot. But I think this is the time for him to shine the most. Now, what are we going to do coming back from this losing skid, you know? If we can go out there and we can get back on track and look great all season, and, you know, we're going to have skids and slumps here or there. But if he can steady the ship and, like, be the reason why we don't collapse and burn, then that would be pretty much like testament to him and, like, validate all the stuff people have been saying about him and all the praise he's been getting.
Right. And my biggest thing is we need somebody out while especially Katie and Beeler is out. We need somebody to step up and score more than 15 points a game outside of Booker. He needs a supporter. Like Tyus Jones in the last 10 games is his next closest, averaging just about 12. We need more support, especially with KD and Beal being out. Those guys on the bench need to get more production.
Yeah.
Someone that's betting on himself too for a big contract. Gotta play better too.
Who?
Tyus Jones.
Oh, he's been passing the ball phenomenally. It's just like our scoring output just hasn't been anywhere consistent outside of Booker.
Yeah,
Well,
and you
we gotta
gotta.
pass less right now when we got two of our guys out. Gotta score more. You're a point guard, man. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's where Grayson and people like that come in. It's like Grayson Allen, you got to score more points too, buddy. I mean, the coach got to put him in the game too. I mean, he's in the game plenty, but you know, he's one of those people that was really like taking games over and and getting hot and making teams play us differently. And if he can get back to doing that while the other guys are out, I mean, that's why we have him, you know?
And I don't know if it's just me, but do you guys think like to me this year it just seems like he's not taking as many shots as he was last year.
It's a different team.
I think it was that way when he was with them with the Bucks too. I would have to
I
look
think
that up though.
I think we got too much going on for him to get truly involved like he was, you know. Back when it was just KD and Book, you know, he was able to fire off. And then we added Bill, and then it was like, okay, Bill's not like dominating the ball like that, so he can still come in and get his. But now when it's KD, Book, Bill, you know what I'm saying? It's like, geez, okay.
Right.
Ryan Dunn's now getting the ball in the corner where he used to get the ball, you know? I think a lot of Grayson Allen shots have like those secondary threes for like the third person, fourth person. That's all going to Ryan Dunn right now because he's hot. But they gotta give Grayson some of those shots back.
I was gonna say we're gonna have some time to hopefully win some games coming up. Our next five, we have the Lakers, we have the Nets, we have the Warriors, we have the Spurs, and we have the Pelicans.
All dubs. All dubs.
Now that would be a huge confidence builder, especially
Yeah,
getting
but
back
Yeah. And I hope we can have one or two of them without KD because they need to win some of those games without KD.
100% because if we have to go late into the season or any postseason games, like if the mood in the building is, oh, we can't win without KD, it's already over. You have to show that you don't need him to win. You show he's just a
Yeah.
complement.
Yeah, and we can't be losing to Paulo Banquero, Orlando Magic without KD. We got to beat these teams that we're supposed to beat. I
100%.
know
I
it's
feel
early
like
though.
right, and the point was to have less pressure on Book too. And look, Book it feels like Booker's doing all the work again, you know. So, like we were saying earlier, you gotta have other guys stepping up.
Fact.
I was gonna say, well, and what's nice is given the fact that we've struggled lately, we've seen Bol get a few more minutes than usual. Not anything to, get excited about, but at least he's seeing the floor.
Yeah. I mean, like you guys are the big Bobo advocates. Not that I don't like Bobo, but I right now I get it. You know, it's like okay, people are injured. Let's put Bowl in, but let's be real. Like none of these guys that are on the bench are lighting it up to the point where like, damn, they should be getting minutes in the regular rotation, and that's kind of the problem. So we need those guys to start doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I mean, you guys have watched the games too, but our biggest issue again lies in either the first quarter or the third quarter. That's where the game is either won or lost for us. We
Yeah,
either
I
get off
agree.
we either get off to a abysmal start and we can't catch up, or we get to the third quarter, we're thumping, and all of a sudden the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I just think that the Phoenix Suns right now they need to learn how to win, regardless of anything. You know, they just gotta keep games, hang around, keep games close. I don't know how we got blown out by a couple of these teams. Like, it's like what's going on? Why is there always some weird mojo going on with the Suns? But like I said, I think Bud can come in and be a steadying force. He knows how to, calm us a rocking ship. So we just got to kind of hope that he's the guy we think he is, and hope that Kevin Durant just is just laser focused when he comes back, and it kind of because honestly, we just got to get to the dance, in my opinion. Let's get to the dance healthy and with an identity, and we can win this thing.
100%.
100%. We have all the tools, we have the toolbox. We just
Yeah,
need to finish the project.
Facts.
Because KD's years are limited too, so
Oh yeah. How about you guys think Ishba's statement about he thinks KD is going to sign that extension?
we'll
You
see.
know, it's Kevin Durant, brother. As much as I'm an optimist and I'm a homer and all that other crap, it's Kevin Durant. So you never really know until the ink dries with that dude because he's definitely said, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," and then done that or this. And you can never speculate on what Kevin Durant's gonna do. If you're not Kevin Durant, you probably have no idea. You know,
It's very hard being a service worker though, for KD.
that is hilarious.
That
He
oh
he
my
sh-
god,
he shouldn't have done that one.
I know. I had
bro.
to
That's
throw that one
just
in there. It was just fitting.
no. You're fine. He shouldn't have done that.
I know.
As
What's wrong
somebody
with him?
who as somebody who works service, I'm just sitting there like, bro.
I know.
But you know what? KD is a troll, and that he had to be trolling because there's no way that was serious.
You gotta love that he has a good time with it.
Yeah,
I
that has
know.
to be trolling,
His
bro.
ex is very entertaining.
He really is entertaining on there. He's a good follow. Him and his burner account. If you
Oh
follow
my
it,
god,
that's great.
that's great.
I wonder what they're doing, dude. I wonder if they're fucking just like pissed off, or if they're just chilling. Like, fuck it, we're rich. Who cares?
You never know with athletes or any celebrity base.
Imagine we get Ben Simmons. Oh.
Oh,
No, thank you.
the Swiss Army knife, Ben Simmons.
No,
No.
not hurt Ben Simmons. Actual real Ben Simmons from before he got that weird stuff in Philly happened.
When are we gonna get? Where is that one coming from?
Right, right. I don't think
Ben
it's a real
Simmons
thing.
from Wish.
The Ben Simmons dream is over.
Oh,
But dude, if we would have had Ben Simmons right away, that'd have been sick. Well, we didn't. Oh, him and
oh,
Booker have
before.
beef actually. Never mind. Him and Book actually have beef.
And he can just go to the Mavs then.
Yeah, right. The Mavs will take him. Don't let the
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Mavs find out that they got beef.
they recruit everybody that has a dispute with Booker.
Mark Cuban
Bro,
get
all the
look at
flagrant
the
fouls and
podcast.
in the playoffs and shit.
That's so
Uh,
funny. Oh
Bro.
yeah, but Devin Booker and Luca made up.
Dude, that was good to see.
Yeah, they're friends. No, they're not friends, but
At least they
they're
have
not
a mutual
enemies.
respect, and they're not gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna
Knock
freaking
this guy's head off.
yeah."
Yeah, pretty decent that they don't hate each other that much.
But yeah,
I
no,
feel like
Totally
like
that's
you
right.
fake.
said,
I feel that was fake, like Tyson and Paul. They're gonna be chirping next time they see each other.
That's true, huh?
dude,
They'll be chirping.
don't even get me started on Tyson and Paul. That was oh my gosh.
Are we allowed to talk about that? I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
We can talk
Probably that
about
last
whatever
minute
we
of the show we
want,
got
bro.
time.
That's true. We're allowed to say whatever. We're spooky like that. We can do what we want. We can do
And this
what
is
we
my
want.
and this is our show.
It is. It's our show. It's our
But we are
house.
for the people.
And the Suns been losing at home too. Sheesh. The
Hey,
crappy teams.
oh wait, no, never mind. I was gonna say, you know who's been protecting the house? But that's a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll save that for. But stay tuned, man. We're gonna talk a lot about who's protecting the house. If you know what I mean.
This segment sponsored by Ring. No, no.
That's so funny. I would love that. I would love it to be sponsored by somebody.
No
We
kidding,
don't.
dude. We need an energy drink to pick us up. I would drink that every day.
Me too, dude. And I got the perfect one too.
If you're
I don't know.
listening,
Neurosonic, man. If you're ever listening, if you're ever around, I would love to be sponsored by Neurosonic because it's so good. It's good for your brain, and That's it. That's all you get, Sonic. You got to sponsor us for more. You want more of a plug? No, I'm just kidding.
I like that. I like
But
that.
I just bought a case of it. That was my Amazon. That was my Amazon
Nice.
delivery. I was like, man, I can't because it
Nice.
sells out in stores. Anyways, enough about
There's a meme.
Sonic.
You know who could have used a case of that? The Diamondbacks.
That's hilarious. The Diamondbacks, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Since it's on your Diamondback hat, what do you think about that, Jack?
Is the hot stove hot? Are they thirsty?
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions going.
We do.
What's going on,
Gallon, you
guys?
don't know what's going on with Gallon. Walker declined his offer. He's looking around.
Peterson's gone.
Yep,
Grichuk's gone.
they gotta be thirsty.
The magic is go over, guys. That World Series team is no more.
But thankfully, Suarez decided he's going to stay. That helps a little bit.
What a good guy. Good guy, Gino.
Well, hopefully they throw a boatload of money at Marte. I know he's under contract already, but give him more money, make him stay longer. Still some people from New York, since Christian Walker's gonna end up going to the Yankees.
You think
Hey,
so?
that
The
just
Yankees.
That they've been talking about it forever, man, and they're gonna
So
give him a bag. They just lost.
if they get him, I won't root for him at all.
so
But
the Yankees
you know,
offered Juan Soto. Sorry.
no, you're good, man.
Didn't
So the
want Soto
Yankees
walk?
offered. So the Yankees offered Juan Soto the same exact amount that D-backs offered Christian Walker. So you really think they're gonna offer Christian Walker more than they're gonna pay Juan Soto?
Well, did you see their batting in the World Series?
Well,
Dude,
Christian
Dude, they
Walker doesn't have a good
disappeared.
postseason record either.
I mean, they probably think, oh, we can just. He was with the Diamondbacks. He wasn't with the world class Yankees, you know. So I think they think that they can get the better out of him or whatever. But that's just me speculating. It's not anything real. So who
But here's
knows?
the thing, guys. If Christian Walker does go elsewhere, who do you think, or how do you think the Diamondbacks solve the problem? Do they do free agency? Do they platoon with who they already have? Do they go Pavin Smith?
I say Cody Bellinger. He can play
Ooh.
first base and outfield if Christian Walker walks.
Do you think
And
Bellinger
Goldschmidt's
would come
available
here?
too. And Goldschmidt's available for a cheaper price.
Do you think we could get Bellinger?
I mean, he could be cheaper than what Walker is asking. We could maybe squeeze in him depending what we're trying to pay Gallon. I just feel like we
And
can't afford what both Gallon and Walker want, in my opinion, if we're trying
right.
to fill other needs.
See, and that's another thing. Like our biggest needs, it's not even offense. Like it's not even the offense. It's improving our pitching, especially on the back end.
Yeah. We don't know who our closer is still.
So the way I think we solve it, and we're not going to do this because we're incredibly cheap, is we go out, we get Goldschmidt, and we get someone else that's like like Alec Thomas, like someone that's not that super noticeable but that can hit, and pair those two together to solve the batting issue and just spend all the money on pitchers, all the
Yeah.
rest of the money on pitchers.
That's what Drew Jones was supposed to be, but I mean, he's not really doing great. Last I heard, he's been struggling.
Jeez.
I,
So
I tell you what, it's gonna be an interesting winter, but I think honestly nothing's really gonna move until I feel like Soto's gonna be the first domino, and then everything else is gonna fall.
That makes sense. I mean, the Yankees and Dodgers start and end all the big moves. So,
last I saw with Soto was he was visiting the Phillies.
oh
Oh my
God,
God, another team I don't want him to visit.
Jesus Christ!
I
Don't let
know
them go to the
that'd
Phillies,
be
man.
lethal.
Yikes!
Dude, that's like
They would win the World Series next year.
I mean, as long as it's not, as long as they beat LA, I would be cool because LA winning just made me barf.
Yeah, we gotta do
Yeah,
something. We gotta do more than the usual like mid to like nothing stuff.
I'm happy
Dude,
that the
They
LA
compete with LA.
fans. Oh, good.
Kendrick has to put his money up this year.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's gonna. That's just Diamondback history. We just ain't spending money, man. We're gonna lump together some people off the scrap heap. Oh, remember this guy? He was famous in 2012, and he was bad ever since then. But remember his name? We're gonna sign him for a bunch of money, and then we won't do anything else. That's what we do. Jordan Montgomery, though, man, that's gonna be a really, really tricky situation. So if we can trade him for good stuff, maybe we don't have to spend money. Maybe we can just get Jordan Montgomery and some other stuff for somebody really good.
Well, and you mentioned it, just the fact, his name alone is just going to be an interesting name to watch this offseason because
Jordan Montgomery.
you had the report that Kendrick came out and said, "Oh yeah, he regrets the contract." So there's that. The meeting with Hazen, and then after the meeting, they're talking about, "Oh yeah, we can trade this guy to get something in return."
I don't even know what we can even get out of Montgomery, man. The way he played
Get
last year,
trade him
he's
for
like a bag of
Goldie.
chips.
Trade him to the White Sox.
Yeah, and then watch him become great with oh shit, Garrett Crochet. That's the guy who's been
Hey,
a stud with them.
get ask for him in return. I mean, it probably won't happen, but it won't hurt to
Oh no,
ask.
hell no. The White Sox, they'd be laughing in our faces and hang up immediately. We'd have to offer like another like a solid player in return.
Get him one of our 40 outfielders.
Maybe I don't know. McCarthy.
I love McCarthy. He's not
Dude,
he's gonna ball out next year.
if anybody, no, yeah, keep McCarthy. Get rid of somebody else.
They're saying that they're gonna get rid of him though, right? Or there's rumors that he's getting traded or he's on the way to another team.
Supposedly it's him or either Alec Thomas.
And who wants him?
Honestly, think there was a handful of teams that have checked in on him, and that's even dating back to last year.
I thought it was like the Dodgers or something stupid.
I wouldn't be surprised. They
But
always
this,
be getting our D-back leftovers.
I hate that shit too. Don't go if you played for the D-backs and they gave you a lot of money. They should have a clause where you can't go to the Dodgers.
Ahmed and Peralta, the latest.
Oh my God, don't even get me started on those guys. Those guys are
Disgusting.
exiled.
I still can't believe. Quick side note: I still can't believe Ahmed declined his ring.
That's crazy.
I know he was that
That's
butthurt.
Yeah, that's nuts,
yeah.
man.
Whew. I mean, yeah, it's sad that he ended up, getting cut, but it's just like basically in any sport anymore, it's just like you're only good as what you're putting up, and he basically flatlined to nothing.
Just the only good defender at this point in his career. That's it.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's. I mean, even in his prime, his main base was his defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, this is one of our noisier off seasons. Usually, Diamondbacks just don't make any moves or sign some hack over the hill pitcher and call it a day. But this time, they're making a lot of noise and really not doing anything.
But I tell you what, if they get the ball rolling and get some, look into some pitching and go after Bellinger, I honestly think we're right back into that playoff run again next year.
Yeah. How long do you guys think the window we have is? I'm like, man, maybe we got another year or two, in my opinion, to be like good contending for a World Series. Maybe we'll be a playoff team, but like World Series, maybe like a year or two max.
Like the Suns, 2 years.
That's a fair assessment. And I mean, depending on how we go with our pitching, we could add, another year, two onto that. But I'm saying in that 2 year range as well.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's
And
realistic.
and I mean, I look at it this way: if we need to, like I mentioned earlier, one of our 40 excellent prospect outfielders can be unloaded for, an already major league ready pitcher.
Hopefully.
Yeah, the hot stove should get interesting.
Always is. It always takes that first one to fall.
Mm-hmm. It might be Soto to the Phillies, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah, well, we
That'll
can
be
hope
okay with
not.
me.
Any of the big markets he can honestly. I think it'd be funny if he went to Toronto and then they still didn't do anything like every year that they signed somebody big and they're supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
Him
probably
and
is what would
Vladdy.
happen.
Ooh,
Sheesh.
that's nice, but I rather it's nicer to see him on the Phillies. As much I don't want to see it for the D-backs, but
See, I don't want him. I wouldn't want him in the National League.
I wouldn't want them in the National Football League. I'm just kidding.
Oh, is that a hint, my friend?
I don't know. We're at 33 minutes, so the
Hmm.
pickums usually take a little minute if we don't do them fast. So I don't know. You want to talk about college because we can't just go right into NFL without talking about college first, right?
That's fair. And I mean,
ASU.
yeah, I was gonna say ASU has a very also the ranked ASU Sun Devils have a very important game this weekend that
The what?
could
Arizona Sun Devils?
the ranked who were preseason
Ranked.
picked number 16th in the Big 12 fighting for a playoff spot potentially.
Let's go.
Against
All I have to
BYU,
do
man.
is beat these. No, I'm not gonna say it. Beat BYU.
I know exactly what you were
Who is
gonna
also
say.
ranked higher than
Yeah.
us.
I'm dead. I'm dead.
They're ranked
Oh,
higher
I'm
than us,
dead.
so that'd be another big win, and we're going to be being probably closer to the top 15 if we beat BYU.
Oh, if we beat BYU, we better be in the college football playoffs, or that's a clear violation of the rules. We're getting snubbed.
And it's in
Even
Tempe too. So
Woo!
anybody that's attending in that game, and we can tag the hell out of Tempe, Sun Devils, whatever. Be loud, man. Be loud for the Sun Devils. Cam Scatterable's going to go off, man.
What day
Sam
is that?
Levitt, man.
Is it
Huh?
next Saturday? Is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I might have to look into going. What time is it?
6 or 7, but don't quote me on it.
Nice. Okay.
dang.
I might go
But
to
yeah,
that
no.
game.
Big things, and it's just like imagine it was only a couple years ago that the ASU program was left for dead, essentially. And
Yes,
Dillingham now has them fighting for a playoff spot at the end of the year.
I know. I think I want to go to either this game or the Territorial Cup and like do some coverage for the pod.
See, and even I had something to cheer about again this week. Arizona finally got back into the win column after being an embarrassment for 6 weeks in a row.
Yeah, but it's not going to last. It's a roller coaster over there. It's going to go straight down back into the dumps. So don't get too happy.
Hey, we're gonna beat TCU. We're gonna beat ASU to be bowl
TCU?
eligible, and we're gonna win the bowl game. That's just
Yeah,
wishful
I.
thinking.
TCU Moneyline sounds dope to me.
Yeah, ooh, TCU money line. I'm all over it.
If it's negative, it has to be around negative 200, please. Minus 200. Nothing
Yeah,
more,
minus 200
please.
is probably accurate. Maybe
Yeah.
See,
two.
it's tricky though because TCU's been that team all year that they've shown that they can beat good teams, but they also have shown that they can lose to absolute terrible teams.
Yeah, but their quarterback never doesn't really turn the ball over.
That's
I'm
fair,
done.
Oh, but their defense is ass. So that's the only reason why TCU keeps other teams in games.
right? And like I said, it's gonna be a decent game. I'm hoping, but we'll see. Either way, as pains me to say this, I'm happy for you guys. I hope you kick some. I'm not gonna say it either, but
And
tomorrow,
obviously, we're not
Utah.
maliciously
No,
rooting against you.
no,
But yeah, I can't trust you, man. I spent too much money betting on the ops and losing it this year. I'm done. I'm
dude.
done.
But I look at it this way. It's just funny. The other the other team in Utah that wasn't picked to be in this position is in this position, and the Utes are in the trash can.
Yeah, we didn't expect them to be this trash.
No, I think maybe Cam Rising will finally call it good.
Yeah. I,
Year 45 quarterback.
Jeez. Damn. Shitting on him.
I'm kidding. He's a great quarterback. He just always gets hurt.
Yeah. Oh, he gets injured so often. It's like, ugh.
I don't even know how
You
you
might.
think he's NFL ready.
I mean, at this point, he's probably not.
Mm-mm.
That's sad, honestly.
I was gonna say he had so much potential, but when you have, the guy's been in college since 2016.
Damn.
That's a long ass time.
That's literally
I
almost a decade, bro.
I
Mm-hmm.
graduated in 2016, if that tells you a whole lot.
Jeez.
So he started college when I was a senior.
And you
That
Damn.
makes
graduated before he graduated. Jesus Christ.
oh,
Man's still on the football team. Imagine being an old man like that, still on the college football team, like with youngins.
it's wild. But
I'm
hey, we got
That
that
man had
big.
a whole career in Utah, a whole NFL career on the college team. It's nuts.
Yeah, that is something else. But it's like there's a couple guys. There's a tight end for Miami who's in like year 9. I can't remember his name.
That's
Oh yeah, I
ridiculous,
know you're
man.
talking about.
That shouldn't be allowed. What the hell? Like, hang it up, bro. You're not going to the league.
Right.
No
Tell
offense,
you
but
what,
I mean,
tell you what though, with the exposure, at least with the NIL, he's probably made a couple
oh
bucks.
yeah. Hey, shit. If I was in there 6 years and they're like, hey, we about to start making money in the next couple, I'd say an additional couple years
Right?
Make
for
up for
sure.
my college debt, might as well.
Yeah, exactly. You got to make up for that college
Oh
debt
yeah.
because you're not going to get that job you studied for. You're just going to work at McDonald's or do Amazon or something like everyone else, my nigga. Oh, I can't say that on the
Damn.
Oh.
podcast. I have to edit that out. But
Dude, is that shots fired? Dude, that's like cannon fired.
John
Brad,
the
that's
Gannon kind of fire, man.
holy.
Fire the
Bro,
Gannon.
dude.
I did not mean that.
Bro, I'm not doing what I graduated for.
It's just, and that's not a slight to anyone. That's just the way it goes in America because it's so oversaturated in those fields. And guess what? If your dad was a professor for 20 years and you went to school to be a professor, the odds of you being a professor probably 70% higher than the person whose dad wasn't a professor because he knows all the people that will hire you and he can tell them, hey, this is my son. It's, you know what I mean? That's just how America works. It's capitalism at its finest.
Hey, I look at it this way. That's why we're doing this. We're trying to make
100%.
millions eventually.
Oh yeah,
That and we love the
Listen,
sport.
listen, Shannon.
this is true.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have baby oil. I don't have baby oil on Instagram Live, okay?
That's so funny. You know, I miss. You know what Skip and Shannon needed that made them fall apart? They needed Ginny Taft to stay around. You know, because
Right,
That's
if
yeah.
fair.
if you have a third person in the room, Skip would have never gone to that level on Shannon. You know, because what would Ginny think? You know, or you know what I'm saying? It's just like there's a woman in the room. Let's not bicker and get all heated.
Well, not only that, but it's just like having that third person there in general kind of keeps it, the room leveled.
100%. That anger can balance out into two different directions instead of just because there was a lot
Oh,
of
and
anger in that room.
did you guys see the story about it was funny. I think it was First Take, it was or something, but ESPN had this thing where should or is current players running NFL podcasts a problem?
Mm, I don't see
I
how,
saw it.
man.
I saw it and I took excuse me, I saw it and I took offense to it. This podcast has not affected my play on the field whatsoever. And every time I lace them up for the Arizona Cardinals, I at least have a sack a game this year.
Dude,
So no, it's not affecting
yes,
our play.
that is hella disrespectful. We will drink every weekend like we are professionals.
Exactly. I'm gonna lace up my Cardinals cleats and I'm gonna go to the next tryouts because we need an edge rusher bad. No, I'm just
Dude,
kidding.
speaking of Cardinals and comeback, we have somebody special potentially playing this weekend.
Right? I can't wait. Hopefully he's finally ready because we definitely want to see the impact he can make with the new situation that we have instead of it just being like hopeless. The defense is actually good now, so we'll see.
Well, against Seattle,
Right.
who's trying to fight with the Niners and Rams for first place, a game behind with the rest of them, he's gonna have to show up. So
Well, shoot, we might have two debuts this weekend in Seattle. We might
Who?
have a linebacker variety and D-Rob.
Can you say the other person's name?
I am trying to remember on the top of my head.
Is it the guy we just signed? No,
Guy
Browning.
that
He's
we
already
traded
playing.
for.
Browning?
Browning,
Browning's already played?
No.
I was gonna say he could date. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because we got him right before the bye. Because yeah, he hasn't played yet. We got him right before we went on a bye week. That bye week screwed me up, man.
So
I
yeah,
wanted to see
two
the Cardinals play football.
right. We were expecting it, and then it's just like we have to watch everybody else. But man,
Speaking
how
of
about those Cardinals? 6-4.
the Cardinals, NFC West number one team,
Yep, not your grandpa's Cardinals.
the Seahawks and the Niners looking beatable as AF. I love
yeah,
hundred
this.
Niners haven't really
percent.
looked as good as I thought they would have been with McCaffrey coming back.
Nah, he needs
No,
time to get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
also not only that, but it's like Brock Purdy, I heard, is not playing this weekend.
What? Why is he injured?
I just got a notification that Purdy is out, and it is Allen starting for the 49ers.
Does it say why Purdy's out?
I I'm not 100% on what it was,
Okay,
but
okay,
I got the report that he is definitely not playing though.
that's interesting. I
And
mean,
they're only down
Especially
to Juwan Jennings at wide receiver too.
yeah. Who
they're
are they playing?
they're playing the Packers.
Ooh,
Pacquiao, Packers, ooh,
we got to
clapping.
get our Packers jerseys ready for this weekend because if they win this game, it'll be very big for us.
I was gonna say all we got to do is take care of business against Seattle, and then we need everybody else in the division to lose, and we have a clear path because it only gets easier after this week. Well, no, in a couple weeks because we got Minnesota next week.
Minnesota doesn't even look good right now, but their defense is monstrous. So they're not.
Yeah,
You can't
Brian
just look past
Flores making.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Brian Flores making that defense look great.
Yeah, 100%. So we can't just
Not
look
to
past them.
not to mention we can't look past Jones or Jettas.
Yeah, yeah, we can't look past the Vikings at all, or even the Seahawks. They've been
Hawkinson.
being very feisty.
I was gonna say, as you know, we talked before the show. Seattle's that team that they've shown that they can beat anybody, but with the loss to New York, that they can lose to anybody. So you just never know what kind of Seattle team's going to show up.
Yep. I mean, the
Hmm.
Cardinals, outside of lately, I mean, they've been that team too. So, I mean, I'm sure that they're all off of a bye. I can't imagine us coming out flat, but that's what the Cardinals kind of do sometimes. Is hey, everything's going on all cylinders. We got some time to chill. Let's come back and act like we don't know what we're doing anymore.
You know what's
So
nuts about our defense the last 3 games?
we haven't allowed a single touchdown at home.
That is an insane statistic when you think about how the defense was viewed coming into this year.
Yeah, unless you were me, who predicted them being top 15 defense in the league, and the tragedy from tribe, my own segment that I did, that you could still see on our fAnaticZ YouTube page in the videos, because I predicted this, I predicted Gino, I predicted Kyler being the top 10 quarterback this year. Oh my God, I'm right about everything so far.
That's why you have your own segment.
That right. That's why you have yours too, because we know our football, man. And I just saw something special in this defense. And the people that I thought were going to even show out, not even showed out. It's been the whole defense. You can't even call out individual names. Guys been getting injured one by one in the secondary. D lineman been getting injured. Guard deck,
Next
with
man
Sean
up.
Murphy bumping. Yeah, the guys are balling. So I'm very excited to get the injured folks back and maybe make a splash in the next year, in the offseason, getting some more defensive people now that we know what the scheme is and what the identity kind of is for the defense.
100%. I mean, and then we have a lot of money this next off season. Oh, and
Yeah.
then not to mention, without offense or how decent our offense has been these last few games, we're getting Jonah Williams back too.
Yeah, that's big for the line.
He was playing great before he went down.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the line has been playing great without him, so
That's
I'll
as a
be
plus.
interested to see, yeah, how much more time, how much more Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, and Trey McBride can feast. Because man, Trey McHurdles is has been really impressive, man. He's giving me like Gronk, uh, Travis Kelsey vibes.
100%. I mean, he's shown like at the beginning of the year, especially you saw that he was Kyler's security blanket, especially in big yardage situations or just short yardage, because he's got the hands. He has the best hands in the NFL right now. Actually, we just need to get him a little more throws in the end zone.
Yeah,
We can't ignore the run game though with James Conner and Trey Benson and
100%.
DeMarcado and Kyler. We have like four people that can run on this offense.
yep. And the
See, and the
play
thing
action
is,
plays.
oh yeah. And the thing is, like at the beginning of the year, DeMarcado wasn't even the running back that we all were thinking of was going to be that third guy.
No,
Yeah, we
no,
all thought it was gonna be Michael Carter.
I don't want to talk about it. But no, Demarcado's more than proved himself. The offense looks very solid, and the defense does too. I really want to see it continue, and I think this is the year that Kyler Murray has to win a playoff game. Everything looks right. Everything's good. The coaching is good. Um, it was started off rocky, but Petting has kind of gotten it under control and called some really good games. So if this continues and we end like 10-7, 11, and 6 or whatever the case may be, yeah, we gotta win a playoff game, at least one. I'd be
Well,
satisfied with one kind of. And if we lose to the second person, if it's a tough opponent and a tough game, and it's not just a weird blowout, weird loss, then I'm like, all right, we tried our best, but we can't just go out there and miss the playoffs.
100%. But what is nice is We have the fifth easiest schedule going forward the rest of the year.
Nice.
There's really no excuse not to make the playoffs, especially when we're already in first place.
Yeah, holding first place. If we can get a bye, that'd be crazy. Because then Kyler Murray's first playoff game would put us in like, if we win that game, we're in the championship off the championship game with Kyler Murray. And then boom, if he wins the championship game, then obviously we're going to the Super Bowl, which would be crazy.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt. And with the way the team,
especially
go ahead.
2010, that was strange.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah,
especially with the way the teams are shaking out this year, there's nobody that's tremendously super good. That's like, oh god, we can't beat them. So,
I was gonna say there's a lot of divisions that are up and down,
yeah, even Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs look hella beatable. Um,
which we finally saw them lose their first game. Thank goodness. I was so happy. Josh Allen with that run.
right. Um, we're getting into the weeds with all these different teams. Do you guys want to start doing the pick'ems?
Sure.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, we're about an hour into the podcast at this point. Um, week 12, right?
Yep.
I can't believe. Does it feel like it's been 12 weeks of football? I always feel like football goes too fast.
It
What
does,
about
and
you?
it's wild.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I feel like that's just because there's more excitement and there's more action compared to the other sports.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely your opinion. I agree with you though. All right. So we all took an L yesterday because we all picked the Steelers to win and the Browns won. So we can chalk that out. I should have
Yeah,
stayed true to Jameis Winston.
he
Um,
got them playing solid.
yeah, they're 2-8 though, so they were 2-8 before that.
Three.
So we we, we made the right choice. Next game is going to be in Texas when the Titans from Tennessee go against the Houston Texans at home. This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going with the Houston Texans. What about you, Dill?
Texans make it short.
I do not trust the Titans at all. Texans, it's too easy.
Nice. Okay, little sweep action to start it off. The next game is in Chicago. Caleb Williams takes on Sam Darnold and the Vikings. Um, I like the Vikings on the road here. The Bears are just kind of this is kind of a trap game for the Vikings. So I won't be surprised if they lose. But if they lose this game, then they're fraudulent. And I don't think the Vikings are fraudulent. So I'm going Vikings. What about you, Frankie?
Honestly, like I don't think things change in Chicago until Eberflus is fired. They have way too much talent to be as awful as they are, all around. So I'm definitely going. Oh my gosh, I'm definitely going with Sam Darnold and the Vikings on this one. Like I said, they have the talent to win the games, but they just don't have the coaches to get the guys in the position to win.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough the way Chicago lost with that block field goal. Man, I mean, even the way they still played, I don't feel comfortable taking them this week against Minnesota, so I'm gonna go with Vikings too.
Yeah, I can't blame you, man. Next game is in Washington, where Cliff Kingsbury and the Commanders are on a slide take on the slidiest team in the league, the Cowboys. Um, no Dak, no Cowboys betting for me. So I'm gonna go with the Commanders. This is a really good spot for them to stop the Kingsbury slide and get Jaden Daniels. He's out, had some time to heal up. So yeah, give me the Commanders in this game against the Cowboys. What about you, Dill?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like as long as McCarthy's still coach, while Dak is out, that entire team has given up for the season. Congrats, Jerry. You got a decent pick. Hopefully you're smart with it. If you don't resign or whatever. So yeah, give me Commanders.
I was gonna say McCarthy is dog crap. The Cowboys overall are dog crap. Unfortunately, the pride of Central Michigan, Cooper Rush, is the starting quarterback over there. So good for you, man. But Dallas is an absolute clown show. The Commanders probably win by 2 touchdowns.
All right. This next game is in Miami. The Dolphins face off against the Patriots and Drake May. I'm gonna take the Dolphins. The Patriots never win when they travel to Miami, and I don't think that changes here. Tua has been playing good. Give me the Dolphins at home. What about you, Frankie?
Honestly, as solid as Drake May's looked in spots, the Dolphins somewhat look rejuvenated now that Tua has been back. Outside of losing to us on that last second field goal. So I'm taking the Dolphins just simply because the Patriots have not shown anything consistent on offense the entire year, so they don't warrant really that much trust.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dolphins too. I mean, I saw the way Drake May looked, but then they just fell completely flat second half. Yeah, give me Dolphins.
Yeah, I think I think Drake May will be good in the future, but yeah, I think we all made the right choice
He's a
on that one
project.
for sure. Hey, I think he'll be successful. But next game was in Carolina. You got the goat Patty Mahomes or the boat Patty Mahomes
The
going
boat.
into Carolina. Yeah, that's a Chris Broussard term. The best of all time. Um, yeah, give me the Chiefs. I don't really have to explain. It's the Panthers. Dylan.
The Chiefs are pissed off, and
Yep,
I mean, side fact: Kelsey overs. Taylor Swift probably gave him a mouth chew for that L. But give
I'm
me
dead.
Chiefs.
Do like if there's any game for Pat Mahomes to look like the Pat Mahomes that we've seen before this year, it is against Carolina. Carolina is a runaway burning vehicle. Absolutely. The only one that I would really give much credit to down there is Chuba Hubbard. He's a good running back. He is running his butt off for a horrible team, but Carolina is hot dog water.
It sure is. So this next one should be pretty easy and quick. We got the Buccaneers going into New York. I'm a big fan of picking teams off of a quarterback change, but not when all the quarterbacks all ass. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers to get it done in New York against the Giants. Dylan, what about you?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. And you know what's really juicy and interesting? The Bucks spread is only is minus 5.5. That's
Oh
it.
wow,
That's
that's
interesting.
crazy. That
Yeah.
Ooh,
is
So
interesting. They must believe in Tommy DeVito. Must know the mob or something.
and Baker and the defense to destroy whoever the Giants QB is we trust.
Facts.
gosh. Yeah, no, I don't. Tommy Cutlets is absolutely in there to make sure the Giants get the number one draft pick. So that's really the only reason why he is there.
Bro, you're
Any,
blinding me with that light, Dylan.
it doesn't
Huh?
even
Oh, sorry,
matter.
sorry.
It doesn't even matter who the Giants are playing. They're gonna lose. I don't even have. You don't even have to say the other team.
Nice. Okay.
And if
And the next one is an Indy, and we got the Lions going to face the Indianapolis Colts. Now the Colts have been getting on a little bit of a run lately. A.R. Richardson is he's out in there slanging that thing, getting it done. But the Lions probably are going to be similar to the Chiefs in this spot where they're angry and they're going to want to smash. So I'm going to go Lions on the road. What about you, Dylan?
Lions. I mean, it's Madden easy mode in them at this point till they reach playoffs. So
yeah, I was gonna say Lions all day. They've like How many times have they hit the 40 mark this year? They're firing on all cylinders. I don't think much is going to slow them down. Honestly, there's only a couple teams in the entire league that I think would be able to beat them right now. Definitely not going to happen this week.
For sure. This next game is a rivalry game in Las Vegas. So Raiders at home versus the visiting Bo Nix led Broncos. I got off the Bo Nix. Well, I never got off the Bo Nix wagon. I just picked against them last week like a fool, and I'm not doing that again. Bo Nix, in Bo Nix we trust. I'm going Broncos. Easy money. They're gonna go into the Raiders' house and smack them around. What about you, Frankie?
I mean, you said it right on you were on point. I doubted Bo Nix last week, and he had a monster game. And he's facing the Raiders this week, who, outside of Max Crosby, they really don't have anybody on that. Well, I take it back, Brock Bowers. But outside of those two, nobody even on that team that's really worth a whole lot. Yeah, it's not going to be a pretty game.
I feel like it's been a lot of sweeps. I'm gonna go Raiders.
Ooh,
The Bo Nix has his flashes and inconsistencies. He had a great week last week, but I don't think he's gonna go back to back great weeks like that. Uh, Defense is still
Hey,
looks great. Gardner Minshew can actually move the ball
hey,
with.
I love the fact that you're taking an L for the sake of the podcast.
Hey, you said that with like the 2 to 3 Thursday night games, but we'll see. I'm gonna go Raiders on this one. It's been a lot of sleeps. Make it interesting.
All right, awesome. So that made me happy for some weird reason. So we're gonna go to the next one. We got Cardinals versus Seahawks in Seattle. You know, I'm supposed to be at this game. I go to this game annually in Seattle because ironically, someone I know that's really close to me has seats at the very first on the 5 yard line. So it's the very first seat you could be on the Seahawks side. And I go there
nice.
draped in Cardinals gear every time, and everybody hates me. It's the greatest. But
Love it. Love it.
I'm not gonna go this year. It breaks my heart. So I'm gonna pick the Cardinals to win for me because every time I'm out there, they do win, and it's great to watch the disappointed Seahawks fans walk from the Lumen Stadium back home. And we're just a better team than the Seahawks. They're close though. I think we're like similar. We're very similar teams. We have a more dynamic running game than they do, but yeah, give me the Cardinals in Lumen. We're locked in, baby. What about you, Dylan?
I'm gonna go with Cardinals, and that's gonna be me if they ever
Oh,
Oh,
visit. And that's gonna be me if they ever visit Denver. Be
hell yeah, I
the
love
one of
that.
the very couple.
oh,
Be the one of the very couple in Cardinal gear, in that sea of orange, in the mile high. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting. So
you finally cross over to the fan side. I'm just kidding. But Cardinals all day. Just overall, we look like a much more consistent team, especially in the last 4 games. We are on a roll. We've not allowed a touchdown. Seattle's been hit or miss all year. They look really good. Like they'll beat somebody like San Francisco, and then they'll lose to somebody like New York that we saw very early in the year. You just don't know what you're gonna get. And honestly, we need to get a good road win this year to show that we can win outside of our own building, which is ironically the problem that we had last year, that we couldn't win in our own building. So I'm taking
So it's the
Cardinals all
flip.
day.
All
whatever the
right,
total is,
awesome.
I like the under. And they
Yeah,
always
me
go low
too.
scoring in Seattle and high
Me
scoring
too.
in State Farm.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's sharp, Dylan. Next game is the 49ers versus the Packer in Lambeau. They don't have Brock Purdy. We just found that out through Frankie a little bit ago. Um, Easy money for me. Give me Jordan Love. He needs this game super bad. They need to get back on track. They're a better team than the Brock Purdy-less 49ers without Brandon Ayuk and maybe without Debo. So I don't know. I just made that last part up about Debo, but something inside me makes me feel like he might not play. So I don't know. Dylan? I mean, is it you or Frankie? Frankie, I feel like it's you.
Yeah, I
Frankie,
think it's
I mean,
Frankie. It don't matter.
either way, like started to hit on it doesn't like the 49ers the entire season. They're a lot of their big guys have been out a big part of the year. They've had issues, inconsistencies all over. People questioning Shanahan, people questioning Purdy. I just think there's way too much going on, and honestly, the Packers are looking better offensively, especially with Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, and then those young receivers are pretty decent.
so you're picking Green Bay?
I am.
I'm just fucking around.
So prior Brock, I would have leaned Niners. Now I'm with
Same.
Green Bay.
Easy enough. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly how I did it. Like, yeah, we got the Eagles flying in to face the Rams in SoFi in Los Angeles. For me, this is easy. The Eagles are clicking on all cylinders, so give me Philly to win on the road. Because SoFi is a home game for whoever comes and plays there, just like State Farm Stadium. What about you, Dylan?
While the Niners and Seattle lose, I feel like Rams are gonna make it interesting and keep up with us. I'm gonna go with Rams.
I like that.
Man, I, you just took the wind out of my sails with that one. I thought I was I thought I was going to be the gambling man and throw it all on the
Oh,
table, but
that's what
but
I was gonna take
honestly,
off FanDuel on the money line. The Rams are plus money, and I like that regardless. So
it's just like you can never count out Matt Stafford. He's got Cup, he's got Nakua back. Kyron Williams is always a threat. They're at home. They've been playing decent football offensively lately. I just like the Rams. Philadelphia, yeah, they're good, but outside of Saquon, they haven't really been that consistent all year. So if they slow down Saquon, I think the Rams will have no problem winning.
All right, awesome. Last game is Ravens and Chargers, the Harbaugh Bowl. Jim and John Harbaugh going at it.
Ooh.
I always love when these are my absolute two favorite coaches, like in NFL history. I love them both. Um, as you guys know, if I wasn't a Cardinals fan, I'd be a Ravens fan. So that does factor in here. They're just a better team. They need it. That Chargers defense is so good though. It scares me to pick the Ravens, but I feel like I'm gonna pick the Ravens, so I'll make it sweet and short and Raveny. What about you, Dylan?
I like the Ravens too. I mean, Chargers did okay last week. They did better, but I just don't think they're that good on a weekly basis. They're just good on defense. That's it, in my opinion.
That's a take.
See, this is definitely a hard one for me because obviously you know how potent and good Baltimore is offensively and should be consistently on defense, but they've had those games where played, they've won really good games, and then they've had those games where, for instance, with the Bengals and the Browns, they lost. They lose, and you're like, what are they? What's their identity for real?
Right.
So it's kind of hard for me to pick 100% because like I want to pick the Ravens, but I think the Chargers are going to win this game, and it's going to come down to another Justin Tucker missed field goal.
Wow, that's a high level prediction right there. I love that. And if you love that, what you should do is you should subscribe, you should like, and you should share this video with your friends. There's places in the description down there where you can follow us on social medias. Dylan's going crazy on X, Frankie's going crazy on Facebook, and I ain't doing jack shit on Instagram. So come join us live. Get us to 50 subs so we can go live. We're also doing giveaways if you forgot about the giveaways. Those do still exist.
Not only that, but it's like me and Damien, we're also on TikTok as well. So feel free to come by our TikTok channels. Damien's a
Yes.
huge music mogul.
Oh yeah, I do want to make an announcement too. I am opening up the Suns game January 25th against the Wizards in the Plaza. So if you want to come out to the performance is free, but the game isn't. If you want discounted tickets, hit me up. I got you. Let's get it.
That
Go
is
Suns.
awesome. Let's go. And like we were joking around earlier in the video, if you ever want us to market something, share, product, sponsor us, we love anything and everything, especially drinks, that kind of stuff. So
Especially
bring it
energy
on.
drinks, coffee.
Energy,
If it's founded
coffee.
by veterans, we like that too. All right, guys.